Does anyone have a question?
Hi, Stuart.
Yes.
Just a quick note. There is a photo of Rudy above your head in the Zoom, and I don't know if it's my screen, but the whole upper part above the shoulder is cut. I don't know if it's possible to raise it up. I mean, I would like to see the whole Rudy. Yeah, thank you.
Very simple solution. Don't look at it, try to look at me while you're doing the meditation.
I'm doing it. Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else have a question?
Stuart,
Yes?
mm, um, everything what is coming up inside of me is going
It's,
through my heart,
I,
and
Laura, I didn't understand. You just vanished. Oh, there you are. Go ahead.
everything it's coming up from my body to go out. It's go through my heart, and can I do something to just process that without touching my heart?
How about trying a little gratitude? You have nothing to be grateful for?
I have, but when I work with you, it's too hard.
How about trying a little gratitude? Try to remember yourself about a year and a half ago and take a look at yourself in the mirror today and see how much you've changed. There's a sweetness, there's a kindness coming out of you. There's still a part of you that likes to defeat yourself, but that's in everybody. Now it's a matter of allowing that change that's taken place in you to really take root. You finally accepting that you can be a happy person. You have to accept it.
How to be happy when it's war and
You have to accept it, Flora. I'm sorry. How can I be happy? Look, frankly, when I was younger, I was 4 times miserable than you've ever been, you know, and unhappy and it changed. I finally accepted the fact I'm not here to live here beating myself up. I'm here to be a happy person, to have a wonderful life, to enjoy my life, the people in my life, to learn from I mean, I have a guy now who's writing me from a prison in Oregon, a wonderful man, truly deeply in need of a spiritual life. I get letters from him. And he's talking about how his cellmate, I mean, this is really interesting, is one of these tattooed, gangster type, head of a gang, that these people wind up in prison. It's his cellmate. And he said he was afraid to meditate in front of him. And then he started doing it. And the guy started asking questions about what are you doing? Makes me feel more peaceful. You doing that? I mean, everybody has the child of God inside them. Everybody. Some people are more thick-skinned than others. But it doesn't mean you can't find that connection in yourself to a higher energy and feel gratitude in your heart and love inside you and transform your life. And finally accept that you can transform your life. You don't have to be down on yourself. You don't have to beat yourself up all the time. And I think it's time, Flora, for you to start doing this.
I am feeling that from time to times and often now. But when I'm with you, I just can go inside of me
Because
and
you haven't built the strength yet to do it. And that's what you're here for, to build the kind of strength that enables you to do what I'm talking about. That is why you're attending these classes. I mean, you might like my face, I don't know, but
I
that's
like.
not why you're here. You're here to build, a strong inner life and to get over all of, you'll pardon my Bronxese, to get over all of that bullshit. that you've been holding on to since you're probably, for 20, 30 years now. And it's time to get over.
Maybe 40 years.
40
And I
years.
like you, and I like to be with you.
All right, then find me in your heart and say, oh, I like this person in my heart. I'm going to open.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, how's that sound? And then maybe, Flora, dear, we'll stop having this conversation and we'll talk about happy things.
But,
Okay?
you know, I'm so scared now because of war can be in all the world. And it was in my side that I'm.
Look, I've said it 1,000 times, life is crazy. When Adam and Eve left the Garden of Eden, the whole world got insane. Brothers start killing brothers and this and that. The whole book of the Bible is about one, and it's all about developing the consciousness to find the Messiah living inside yourself. The soul of God, the child of God lives in every human being. And we have to work on ourselves in order to find that connection. It doesn't just happen. But the world has been, I can't remember one day of my life where this world has been sane that I live in. And I used to get really upset, picket and scream and yell and this and that. I finally said, what am I going to do? The only person I can change in this world is me. So I have to get strong enough to be able to see what life is teaching me about getting closer to my enlightenment. Not going out there and trying to fix these lunatics that run governments, Can't do it. But I can fix me. You can fix you. You can get strong enough to learn. I don't want to live that way. I don't want to be intimidated by their insanity. And we're born, we live, and one day we're not here anymore. Well, while we live, we might as well find happiness instead of identifying with all the crap that goes on in the world, the lack of consciousness that goes on in the world. I'll
And
say it again. I cannot remember a day in my life. I was born in the middle of World War II. I mean, did it ever get crazier than that? I was born right in the middle of it. It never got crazier than that. I mean, insanity, pure insanity reigning on Earth. And I can't remember, as long as I can remember, one day where this planet Earth people haven't been starving and, you know, racial problems and religious fighting and all this madness that goes on in the world for no reason other than people have no consciousness. They haven't found the joy in their heart to let other people live. Which means, hey, I don't want to live that way. I want you to live. I want you to be happy. I want every human being alive to find God in their heart and to finally free themselves from all this insanity that goes on here. And you're never free of it as long as you hang on to it. When you finally let go, it doesn't go away, but you get strong enough to be able to live and deal with all this stuff.
I know I'm stronger now, much, much stronger. And when you're talking to me directly, I can feel light. It's so much.
So let's continue doing that, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome, dear. God bless you. You're very dear to me, Flora. I've seen you come so far in your life, and you're very dear to me, and I just want to see you continue doing it. Have patience with yourself. It doesn't take It's not like walking in a room and turning on a light, you know? It takes time. You got to marinate in God's juice over a long period of time in order to get that sweetness in yourself.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
I got a question, Stuart.
Yes.
Skender, I've been thinking about this lately. I have um, um, I have friends and even family also which are struggling, and I'm feeling better and I'm sort of functioning better and I got a lot more energy. And there's my empathy and I like try to sort of, yeah, you should try the meditation. I found a really great teacher, but they don't sort of latch on.
Uh,
And sort of my question is like this balance between like my happiness and my sympathy sort of towards my friends, is like my brother, and it's hard to see people struggle.
I met your brother, two brothers, and Skenda, love them anyway.
I do, man, but it's the more I
I
love them,
know,
it's
love
like
them
it's
anyway.
tough.
Look, one day they will come knocking on the door and say, Skenda, what have you done to get this way? I want to learn this. You can't teach people. Look, I have this problem with my own daughter. I can't teach people who don't want to learn it. The day they find that need in themselves, a door will open that will allow them to find it. But up until that point, you just have to love them anyway, unconditionally. Not
Right.
lecture, not showing them the right path to live, because your path might not be their path.
Mm-hmm.
But if that day comes when they need to find this, when that cry from inside them wants to be nurtured by a higher energy, that door will open for them. And I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. Could be this, could be something else, but love them anyway. And leave them alone. Don't try to lecture them on your way of doing,
No way, man. No. I'm the smallest brother. I can't do that.
It doesn't work. You understand? It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you just grow, continue. I mean, I had to do that with my own family. They all thought I was nuts, my family, doing what I was doing. And I had to grow and grow. And one day they all started coming to me. What do you teach? We want to learn this. People got sick. They wanted to get healed. They came for one reason after another. When I was younger, I couldn't deal with that. As I got older, I was strong enough to deal with it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I also experienced like, it's awkward to say, but like not jealousy, but like my life is sort of functioning and I'm getting like some women and I'm playing a band and
But the
it's
more you grow,
sometimes
Skender, the more you grow, the more jealous people are going to be of you. You just have to deal with it. What
I
is
don't I don't
let it?
want them to be jealous.
I know nobody wants
Yeah.
anyone to be jealous. It's the eighth deadly sin,
Yeah.
jealousy.
Mm.
I mean, you just have to let it bounce off you. If you're
Excellent.
secure in yourself, it doesn't matter what people think about you. Doesn't
Mm.
matter.
Mm.
It just bounces off you. And I had to learn this the hard way. I won't get into the stories of the shit that I had to go through with people's jealousy and, I mean, really seriously crazy stuff. I had to learn. And you know what? I used to go up to my teachers, Rudy and Nityananda and Raman Maharshi and Ramakrishna and all these gurus. I would go up in the cosmos. And their answer was, you want to move on? Just forgive them for what they do. Forgive them. And you will move on.
Mm.
Got this answer from every single one of them. Forgive them. You don't have to hang out with them. You don't have to spend time with them. Just let them go. Let it go because you have to move on in your own life.
Mm. Yeah. Cool.
I mean, look, if this Putin and Zelensky would sit down and say, okay, I forgive you, you forgive me, let's start trading and having healthy, I mean, this whole thing would stop. All the madness there would stop. They just sit down and say, okay, Vlad, I forgive you. Okay, well, Zelensky, I forgive you. Let's start trading and building situations that help our people. The whole thing would stop in 2 seconds. But go tell that to people.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have a question I would like to ask?
Do have another question. I was thinking about this today.
Yes.
Like, I'm noticing when I clear out my practical stuff, like clean my home, keep it tidy, all of this, it really changes my energy. Like just having sort of my life in order. Like it seems to be really important, actually.
I think it's important. I mean, look, I can't do that now. I have a bunch of women that come in here every week or two and they just clean my entire apartment.
Oh, dream.
Just hire them to come in because I can't do that anymore. But I don't want to do that. But I do want to do it and I need someone to do it. And these women come every week or two and they clean the entire apartment. Wonderful, Got to stay clean, you can't live in a mess. I always thank them, it's like a blessing to have them there. I'm so happy they come.
We want to do the same thing.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, there are no more questions. I don't know. Jennifer sent out that little movie of Rudy. Did you all get it? I hope you're watching that because it's pretty extraordinary, to see the person who really founded this work in action, doing what he was doing, the miracle of how he's transforming people and changing them. I mean, it's really something. So I hope people will watch it. She sent it out to everybody who comes to these classes. So I hope you all got a copy.
Mm.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Stuart.
Good evening. And there'll be a class on, what is today? Tuesday? On Thursday, we'll have a meditation class. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you.